We may have different takes on the events of Ferguson and New York, but surely we can understand a father who fears his son can't walk home without being harassed. And surely we can understand the wife who won't rest until the police officer she married walks through the front door at the end of his shift.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's, of course, from the State of the Union. Joining us now is Roland Martin, host of NewsOne Now on TV1 and former CNN political analyst. And Roland, let's talk about the fact that all indications are that there will be no federal civil rights charges against Darren Wilson in the Ferguson shooting. Your reaction?
Well, first, according to the New York Times story, the prosecutors are going to recommend that the final decision would rest with the Attorney General, Eric Holder. I interviewed several former federal prosecutors who actually prosecuted civil rights cases, and there's an extremely high standard that has to be met in order to meet a violation of federal civil rights. And so many of them said that is a very difficult because there's a very strict standard. So based upon those interviews, I never expected that to be the case because of the very fine line. But one of the things that still exists, that is, of course, the Federal Justice Department investigation of the police department itself. We recently saw the consent decree in Cleveland, where they, for the second time in 10 years, have a federal monitor over that police department. So I think certainly, so it's not surprising this news based upon previous cases that I've covered.
Okay, how do you think Ferguson will react when and if this is the way it comes down, when there's an official announcement? You think we could expect more riots in the streets?
Well, first of all, it's not like we saw a ton of riots beforehand. I don't think you're going to see riots. You're not going to see riots. I talked to a couple of the activists on the ground. They also have not been expecting a federal investigation. I'm sorry, not an investigation into the federal charges. But I think what you see there, you still have folks there who have had sustained protests for more than 160 days. They're looking at making all kinds of institutional changes, not just in Ferguson, but also police officers around the country. The Black Lives Matter movement has created about 24 chapters in the United States and in Canada as well. So I think you're seeing people who understand that it goes beyond just this one case. It also goes to the issue of special prosecutors in these cases. It goes to different sort of ways. If you look at police investigation, police tactics as well. You got the story, the news story out of New Jersey, same thing. 2 officers involved in a shooting. And so we've seen numerous cases, so that has not stopped people from organizing and mobilizing.
Well, yeah, in Jersey we have a camera, but we'll get to that. We don't have time to get to that today. But you say, I mean, we certainly saw riots. We saw looting and riots and violence and fires. I mean, how could you say we didn't see riots?
And what we also saw, a significant number of people who were protesting peacefully.
Yeah, but that doesn't cut it, Roland. That doesn't. I'm sorry. That doesn't cut it. You know what? That doesn't cut it. When people are burning and murdering and killing and robbing, I don't care that there's another group that's peaceful.
Steve, if you're going to say murdering, and then you don't have a fact to back it up, then don't say it. This is what I am saying. What I am saying is we had a significant number of people who were protesting peacefully, and so I'm not going to look at a issue from one perspective. I'm going to speak in terms of totality.
Okay, so the riots of the 60s, there might have been groups on the sidelines that were peaceful. We don't talk about them, do we, in history? We talk about the riots.
Steve, are you literally comparing the riots in the 60s?
I'm making a point that when people riot and groups get out of control and businesses are burned and people are hurt and bottles are thrown and Molotov cocktails are thrown, you don't say, well, it wasn't all the people. Give me a break, Roland.
No, I'm actually, it's called proportionality. That's what I'm talking about. And so if you don't want to go there, that's fine. But the reality is, what I understand is there have been literally a significant amount of protests from day one, more than 160 days. Now, if you want to play that game for your audience, go right ahead. I'm giving your conservative audience a much broader view than the one that you're offering. But here's the point. Will you see it? No, you're not going to see it. You will see sustained action. That's what you're going to see.
All right. Well, I hope you're right. I really hope you're right. Roland, thank you on short notice for being with us to kick off the show. Always appreciate it, sir.
All right. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Roland Martin, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Well, again, I hope he's right. I really hope he's right. And again, not too many people expect it, but then again, how could anybody with a sane mind have expected that police officer to have been indicted when a thug hit him and beat him and shot his gun before he ran away from him and then charged at him. But they did. Lanny Davis is next.